Repchip sets new standards for reptile substrates. Made from the highest quality coconut available anywhere in the world, our products allow enthusiasts to provide their reptiles with the necessary humidity and thermoregulation required to allow their animals to thrive. In the world of reptile care, the substrate forms the very foundation of a healthy and vibrant habitat. At Repchip, we've taken this essential element and elevated it to unparalleled heights, blending innovation with sustainability to create a product that stands in a league of its own. Our journey began with a simple yet profound motto. All of our products are made by reptile people, for reptile people. Today, we stand as a beacon of quality and trust, embraced by novice and expert reptile enthusiasts alike. From the meticulous selection of raw materials to our veteran-led approach to business, every facet of Repchip reflects a deep-rooted commitment to excellence. Discover why Repchip is the preferred choice for reptile enthusiasts around the globe. Our foundation is deeply rooted in passion, quality, and community engagement, setting us apart as a unique leader in the industry. Don't be a Reptivich. Be a Repti bro. Visit us now at reptichip.com.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for stopping by episode 141, Snakes of the Fat Man. Before we even get started, listen, Redline Shipping, that's who sponsors this episode, okay? You guys know it. I know it. Redline's really the only way to ship. Fuck what the competitors say. Here's the bottom deal. If you fucking spend, or if you ship your first two animals with Redline, you will get 60% off. And they're coming down in prices too, so that makes it totally affordable. You guys can stop fucking around now. And listen, use the code FATMAN5. You'll get $5 off your fucking bills, okay? Robin is helping us out with a big project that we got coming up. And I just want to say, listen, always been a big supporter of Robin. I think that Robin is still the best guy to trust with shipping your reptiles anywhere in the country. Let's see. There's a couple more announcements. Tomorrow morning, or not tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, I'm going to be on Proper Cup of Joe with Big Adam Shira from Proper Royals. We're doing the morning show at 7:30. We're gonna make that big announcement there on like a one-off that we're doing together. And listen, I know the majority of you ball python people have day jobs, so wake the fuck up early and stop by Proper Cup of Joe on the Proper Royals channel. Another thing that's going on tomorrow night, we're having a pop-up video. where I'm going to be with a bunch of the Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC vendors. That show is this weekend, and I'm going to be at that show with all these vendors, and we're going to be pimping out the Gettysburg show, telling you why you should be there. If you can't be there, if you don't go because you're too far away or whatever, we're going to be live all day from the Gettysburg Reptile Expo. So definitely stop by, have a little fun with us, especially if you're in the tri-state area, Maryland, DC. It is worth the drive. Okay. Let's get this over with. Listen, Fear of Fascination and Brian Bode are here tonight. So I know everybody's here to see them. So I want to get all the commercials out of the way fairly quickly. So listen, Herps, if I was in Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, I would be going live from Herp shows every weekend. Okay. They're the best run show circuit, local show circuit in the country. I still believe that. I still believe Herps is a gold standard as far as that goes. On July 19th and 20th, this weekend, they're going to be in Slidell, Louisiana. July 26th and 27th, they're going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Well, shit, goddamn hill, fuck. August 9th and 10th, they're going to be in Corpus Christi. August 16th and 17th, they're going to be in Taylor. They're going to go back to Louisiana on August 23rd and 24th. They're going to be in Baton Rouge. Then August 30th and 31st, they're going to be in College Station. Then, of course, there's the big show in September in Conroe, September 13th and 14th. And they'll be back in Stillwater, Oklahoma on September 20th and 25th. Listen, the bottom line is they do a great job with all their shows. They promote like nobody's business for all their vendors. They give a shit about the vendors. They give a shit about the people coming. Herps, herpshow.net. Tell Sean and Lori what a great job they're doing. All right, let's see who's here. By the way, we're finally getting all the audio uploads up to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or all the other big ones. So keep an eye out for that for all you audio people. I know there's a lot of people who don't come on YouTube. With that, we also are growing the Patreon people like crazy. So that's been being fun too. Join the Patreon. You get a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. You get exclusive videos. You get exclusive series. We got the Storytellers series on Patreon where the old guys talk about how it used to be. It's a good time on Patreon. You get put in a Discord. I don't do an Instagram chat because that's fucking annoying as hell. Let's see who's here tonight. Shauna. Big Homies Breakdown. Look at that. First guy in the room. Thank you, Sean, for popping by. You've been doing really well. Mike Duval. Blind Mike. One of my favorite people in the hobby. I fucking love this guy. HJS, Rich. I'm going to see HJS this weekend at Gettysburg. They've been a tremendous help to us in the Deeds Not Words campaign. Green Line, my guy, my fucking partner in crime with the Deeds Not Words campaign, Jay. Jay's been killing it lately. He's going to be at Gettysburg this weekend. Michael Sachs. What's up, brother? How are you doing? Thank you for popping by. Josh Bradshaw. Fucking thank you for coming by, Josh. Yo, Kevin, out in California, man. Fucking what's up, man? Hope all is well out there. SFC Serpents or Reptiles, also a big supporter of the Patreon and the Deeds Not Words campaign. So I appreciate you. DNA Reptilia, my guy, I fucking miss you. We're going to do a Zoom call next week, so hopefully I'll see you then, and we'll get together and dick around. Dwight the Pie Man. Fucking love the guy, sends me music every day in a non-gay way, okay? No homo. But fucking, he does it. He fucking sends me like fucking all the old school Motown music. I fucking love the shit. Garden State Pythons. Pete, what's up, man? Thanks for coming by. I was just with Pete at the Nassau show. And Danny. Yo, I miss you, brother. I miss you and Anna. I'm going to be down in Texas soon. 319 Chris, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Let's see. Anybody else? Jason Phillip. What's up? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, yes. Jason, thank you for popping by. Jeremy Bode. Going to be doing some stuff with Jeremy in the coming weeks, too. So I'm very excited about that. Let's see. Anybody else? Josh, I already said hello to Josh. I just had something I was going to talk about. Oh, isn't Rice Reptiles is making an announcement tonight, right? I'm curious. They came on at 9 o'clock, too, so I don't know what the announcement was. I know all you guys double dip in the chat, so if you guys find out what they were talking about, let me know so I don't have to go back and watch the whole fucking video after this is over. All right. That's it. Listen, join the Patreon, drop a super chat, fucking subscribe, like, listen to us on audio, blah, blah, blah. Got all of that shit done. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks. Jeremy fucking said they're doing enclosures now. That's very nice. But, so is Repchip. So I have to, listen, I'm going to pimp Repchip. They've been with me forever. Let's see. All right. What do we got going? Yeah, no, we got to pimp. We got to pimp the sponsor of the 15 minutes thing. I know that's what everybody's here to see. So let's get on with Joe and Ash from Fear of Fascination. Hold on one second, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Fatman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, guys? It's Justin at Canova. For the past 5 years, 15 Minutes of Lame has become a launch pad for so many new successful breeders and a badge of honor in this industry. It's been so amazing to watch the passion and dedication you guys have and to watch your businesses grow. Just remember, the next me might be you.
15 Minutes of Lame!
Look at that.
Are we here, man? Oh my God, Chris! I've been watching you since 2019, man. Are we on the Snakes in the Fatman Nation? Are we on the 15 Minutes of Lame? Because Fear of Fascination's the lamest.
Hey, we're not lame. We're actually the coolest, and everyone that's watching knows that. So please,
Whoa! What's going on, Chris?
Whoa.
Yeah,
What's up,
you guys actually did a bit for for your first little scene here. That was great. I thought I had Brian Gillis on again. Right? Right.
What's up, everybody? I'm Joe,
And I'm Ash,
and we're Fear of Fascination. It's an honor to be here, man.
You guys are adorable. All right. So cute. All right.
We couldn't come without something for you.
No, I definitely, I'm going to have visions of your close up.
I ordered these off Amazon for you here, Chris. We're winning this thing, baby. We're not playing no game.
You're ready. We're fucking shit talking. I love it.
Yeah.
Listen, you know how this thing works. We're going to put 50. Oh, the shirt's coming off.
Yes.
We represent because Las Vegas is in the house for this one, so we had to do it right for our brother.
Oh,
Come on,
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Bode.
Let me tell you something. I think you misrepresented whose ass to kiss here. It wasn't Brian. You should have had a Deeds Not Word shirt on underneath that. And if you were gonna do that, have Ash take the shirt off, not you. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We gotta have a shirt to wear when we come on for our victory dance.
Yes.
So we'll have to.
Right. Fucking shit talk. I fucking love it, man. You know how this works. We're gonna put 15 minutes on the clock. You guys are gonna pimp your wares. Let's go. You guys came out of nowhere. Okay. Here's the deal. I know you guys are social media gurus. What do you breed?
So for the breeding, of course, it starts with your favorite ball pythons.
I figured, yeah.
Gotta have the crested geckos from my man Chris. Come on. No, and there'll be a reason why. But we also breed hognose snakes. We've got diamond pythons,
Cuban false chameleons, red-eyed croc
skinks, and we keep a few other cool little species that we just have some fun with. But that's our main thing. So,
are you actually breeding the red-eyed croc skinks?
Yes.
Yeah, we got an egg incubating right now.
They're so badass, man.
They're
love them.
so dope.
They're like little dragons.
And you guys are breeding diamonds too. Like that's, I mean, this is where the interesting people fall into play, right? Because, like, as far as ball pythons, what are you breeding? Like, what's your big projects that you're into?
Got a bunch of stuff, but the main thing is I wanted to separate ourselves from everybody else. Obviously, clown is cool, pied's cool, all that stuff is neat, but I saw potential in the tri-stripe. I know another one of your favorites right there. Might as well have said hypo, I feel like, for you, but I love tri-stripe. I see the potential in it from the beginning, so I've done a lot with that, working it into DG and a bunch of different recessive projects. We're going double, triple, and throwing as many codoms in the mix as we can, so I've got like 50, 60 holdbacks for tri-stripe. And then we're working your other favorite project. You know, we follow you. I love your content. I love how you bust everybody's balls, literally. But it's the G-Stripe clown stuff. So I'm really loving that. Out some cool stuff with that. And so just taking that to the next level, you know, big inspiration, Ozzy in the game, obviously. So, you know, and Justin, but, you know, yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, I actually love tri-stripe. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually love tri-stripe. No, I don't like that I like the G-stripe clown, but the name is just so stupid. It's
you
just
don't like the Kiki part, yeah.
The dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. It's like, and listen, I understand that you named it after your kid or whatever. I get that, but that's your problem. Like, that sounds like a you problem. That doesn't sound like a me problem. Like I refuse to be forced to call this thing a Kiki because you decided that that's what you wanted to do. So I actually like the project. So you're doing pretty well there already. Matter of fact, I would put some money into tri-stripe if I was getting ready to do it because I think it's a cool gene. And you guys do diamonds. Like, that's that's interesting. Why? Like, is it that you just wanted to put your foot down and say, listen, coming out of the gate, we're better than all of you guys? And
no, I mean, I think, you know, for me, like, in a quick nutshell, you know, we'd have the Fear of Fascination because around 7 years ago, I was afraid of snakes. And it was kind of an impractical fear where I saw a guy on the corner with a boa and like some small girls were there wanting to handle it. And I'm like sweating from my palms. I'm like, why did I have that? So I just wanted to go to a pet shop, see if I could touch a snake and check it out. Then I started researching about them. And then I find, you know, Brian Barczak, snake bites, and game over. I wanted, you know, an albino, I wanted a banana, I wanted a pied, and before I knew it, you know, I was in love with all these morphs, and I had the ideas of being able to make some of my own stuff that no one had ever made before, and just wanted to have some fun with it, the creative side of it. But right away, I got the bug to get a bunch of other species. So we had chameleons, giant leaf-tailed geckos. I really was fascinated with that. You know,
the leaf-tails are great. I love Fembriatus, right?
Fembriatus, yeah.
I
knowing
love
the
them.
history of, you know, where they're from, it's such a small area, and they took out that rainforest and left it down to 1% of what was left, and then they came back and shaved 99% of that down. And so, you know, it's just ridiculous. And to have that animal alone in your house is amazing. But I also was looking at it as a conservation project. But they're tough in Vegas to breed. So I had them for a while and I passed them off to someone else. But in the process, you know, I've got a Malaysian mangrove here. The diamonds are one of my favorite snakes. So that's why I dove into that project.
You have a jack?
Yeah, we have a carpet python. Finally got my water cobra, my false water cobra that I wanted forever. So yeah, you got to work your way up to some of those ones, and you know, we learned that in the beginning too. Even biting off more than we could chew with the Malaysian mangrove.
Yeah,
he was friendly as heck at first, and then I took him and put him on some water one day, and he bounced back around with that white mouth and was flying at me, and my legs shaking. I had like this much enough experience to not get tagged that time. So it's been a fun learning process, and every day we're learning more. So
no, that's awesome. So, were you the pusher of the ball python breeding thing, or was that more Ash?
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't at first. I just wanted to keep them, and then when I knew that you could make stuff that nobody else was making, and I'm a creative person like that, I just fell in love with it. Yeah, mangroves are awesome.
And the journey is funny because although he was the pusher of breeding ball pythons, when we got into it, we were just keepers. So once we got like about 10 ball pythons, we went to the pet shop to go and pick up rodents. And we go there and they're like, hey, so sorry, we can't give you any rats, because we forgot food for them. So they look really bad.
And I'm like, what do you mean? I see the rats right there.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, man, I can't do that to you, man. They're looking pretty bad this week. And I'm like, so you're a pet shop. You can't do that.
I became the pusher of breeding our own rats.
Oh, it's cooler than that. Hold on a second. Come on, Chris. We've been dating for like a month or so before I started into these snakes, right? And I'm like, yeah, let me conquer my fear. And I'm like, this girl's pretty cool. I'm like, she's probably going to leave me after the third one of these things, right? And I'm getting more and more.
Yeah, you'll be stuck with everything. Yeah.
Exactly, right? And so literally we go to the pet shop and hear this, that, that's so bad. And I was like, if I'm going to take care of these snakes the way I do and put as much love into them and everything as I do, then I got to make sure that what they're eating is the same thing, if I'm going to sell these things to somebody. And so I said, I'm going to have to figure out how to breed these things myself. And she had an apartment. We were barely even together. And she's like, well, I'm not using my garage. If you want to breed the rats in my garage, you can go ahead and do that. And so we built rat racks and started going. And anytime I remember the first time I told that at a reptile show, and somebody goes, and you didn't marry her right there?
Well, speaking of that, how long have you guys been together?
It'll be 7 years in 2 weeks.
Since about the time we started Fear of Fascination.
Yeah, literally everything started right around the same time.
But you guys started Fear of Fascination, but really, you guys only burst on the Instagram scene about a year ago, right?
I feel like you would like this part. We listened to you. You were one of the first people, obviously. We were listening to Bullshit podcast, which was crazy, like you've said in the past, hard to get some of the actual the knowledge from the guests and everything, but your podcasts were awesome. You'd let these legends speak and you learned so much on the podcast. It wasn't even a video yet that we'd be able to learn from, but through that process, you would hear people like, these damn rookies coming in here telling everybody what to do. And you got 2 freaking snakes. And so I didn't want to do that at all. We just wanted to learn. I wanted to sit back and just, soak it in.
Connect with the community. So that's why when we got into it, one of our very first trips was to go to Tinley. We were so
that was like the pinnacle was to go to Tinley.
Everyone. So we went to Tinley and we're like, we don't want to come out with an Instagram that's like, oh, look at us, we're the new breeders. It's just like, no, we want people to know us for who we are, and we want to get to know them, and then whatever evolves from there.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chris, really happened natural. So it's Tinley we wanted to hit. 2 years in, we go and we hit Tinley for the first show. We walk around, and I tell people this one is kind of cool because at first you're just geeked on the animals. So you're not even looking at the people too much. And then the second show, I'm like, oh, hey, Justin, nice to meet you. Hey, oh, man, all these legends, nice to meet you, And then the third time, I'm like, okay, how's their banner set up? How's their lights? What's the display look like? How do they got stickers out front? And we started learning more there. And it was at that point, we were building our own little following, but none of our followers knew these amazing breeders. And we're going to Tinley because that's like the mecca for a ball python breeder. So, we just decided there's all these YouTube videos that are long form. Let's film a couple short clips, just shouting these people out and ask them about a couple snakes. And before we knew it, like a lot of the people we filmed them with, they loved them. And it just started to take off naturally. And then before you know it, we start having fun creating these videos to make people laugh and engage people. Brian being such an inspiration to us, we know it's our job to bring more people in the community. And we watched a lot of people that were kind of like, not just gatekeeping, but upset to see more people coming in. We inspired a guy who came to the show that a breeder told him you can't breed in Vegas because of the elevation. And we're like, what? He's a breeder in Las Vegas. That makes no sense. So I figured the more people, the better. So we want to inspire people to come into the community. I don't look at it like a small pond. I want to bring the ocean in. There's more people that don't know about us than do.
Well, how did you hook up with Robin?
Oh, super cool. So one of our favorite people from Tinley is Troy. Best Dressed Balls, always super friendly. Just if you know him, Troy's the best. And he introduced us to Robin and told us, you should be shipping with Robin. And at the time, we were just kind of floating whatever place that we could find. We'd look up online, ship your reptiles or whatever it was, reptiles to you. We shipped through a couple different people.
Yeah, in the beginning.
But then when we met Robin, he was very cool and knowledgeable in a different way. We learned more about shipping than we knew before. I was like, oh, okay, we really got to step our game up.
And then we had one issue. We started shipping with him where we had one package where we had an issue. It was a FedEx deal, and we called in, and they were the best. They called us right back, and the customer service was so amazing. I was like, we'll never not go with them. And then we started learning about what Robin does for the community and how much he's helped out and contributed to just really a lot of great people that we watched as well. Brian Cusco and yourself.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I think people forget about during this whole melee thing that's been going on, is that what he's been doing for the community is, and he's been doing it. And Robin's not the type of guy that's like, hey, I'm doing this for the community. Robin just does it. You don't even know about it until you know things would go by for months, and I'd be like, yo, I didn't know you had anything to do with that. And he's like, yeah, they came to me and asked me for help, so I just helped them out. I think that's what a lot of people forget about it. So now you guys are you actually breeding the diamonds yet or no?
They're not to breeding yet. We're probably like a year and a half out still. So just been raising them up. But yeah, that's a long, slow grow. You don't want to fast, pace that one. Right.
Yeah, you don't want to rush it. Now you guys have you guys are like a force in the room, right? Like, I mean, that's one thing I noticed about meeting you. Like, even at the show, I met you guys at the Georgia show, the SCR.
Yeah.
And awesome. You guys just came in and like everybody was just looking at you guys. All right. Like basically and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but you definitely have a presence in the room that a lot of people don't have. Now, I think that you know that a little bit, Joe. I don't think Ash knows it yet. Okay. I don't think Ash knows how hot she is, but she's way hotter than you, right? Like fucking. So you definitely traded up on that. And well done, my friend. Okay, you did good. Your main job though is a musician, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hip hop artist.
And Ash, what do you do?
I'm a reptile breeder.
She's a content breeder, a reptile breeder.
Full time, yes.
Mm-hmm. So this is a reptile breeder and a musician.
Chris, I love you, man.
If that ain't proof that this whole fucking dream could work, right? And you guys, are you guys current on your rent?
Oh yeah, we're good, bud.
Holy shit! No, that's fucking amazing, man.
I'm crying.
Now, let's hit a couple of sponsors real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys use Repchip?
Definitely have used Repchip. Love Repchip. Awesome guy right there. When we use Coco, it's either Repchip or Pro Coco, whatever we can get our hands on. But yes, we do use Repchip as well.
Yeah, well, he'll either give you a fuck you or a thumbs up. So what do you say, Shauna? What does he give him? A thumbs up. He gives you a thumbs up. All right. Have you ever been to a Herps Reptile show?
No, we haven't yet. We're on the West Coast. We don't see a lot of those, but we're going to it. We go to every cool reptile show. And if you say it's a dope one, we're going.
It is understandable, but Sean and Lori still give you a big old fuck you. Because distance doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Have you ever bought a snake from Justin?
Not yet.
Not direct.
Not direct.
Nope.
Let me guess. You bought something that somebody said, oh, this snake's mother was from Justin. Yeah. Okay.
Cousin, sister, brother.
Justin got none of that money. Justin gives you a big old fuck you. I'm just assuming that you don't use clutch, right?
Don't use clutch. Got like 10 Canova shirts.
This is true.
That's awesome. Justin's probably smiling now as he gives you another fuck you. Right?
We know we love you, Justin. Come on.
Do you have a sea serpent's rack anywhere in that house? Or
yes, we do. It was one
Chris
of the first ones we ever bought.
Chris Nettles, probably one of the best guys in the fucking hobby. Chris Nettles does not give you a big old fuck you. Do you have a Recoil Reptiles cage in that house?
No, we don't. No.
It's okay because they only really ship to Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. But he still gives you a big old fuck you. Right? Sorry, just can't help it.
All good.
Obviously, you guys use Redline.
Come on, best shipping company in the world.
Robin does not give you a big old fuck you. Have you ever used Aura Reptiles for consulting?
You know it. That's
Yeah,
our boy
like
right
Aura
there.
is love.
Whether we talking watches or snakes,
I
you
know.
It doesn't matter that I think you were lying there.
No, it's true.
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, boy right
Yeah. I love Patrick.
there. Yeah, Patrick's the man.
Patrick is great. I love him. I talked to him
Yeah.
for real.
And Amelia. I just
He's
love
super
them.
cool. Yeah, well to know, fun guy.
Have you ever bought anything off Show Me Marketplace?
No, not yet.
No.
But we're interested. We checked it out.
Yeah.
Mickey still gives you a big old fuck you.
Oh.
You know what's fucked is that you guys got so many fuck yous, okay? I mean, there are so many, right? But you still come off as very fucking likable, all right?
You can't not love us. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely adorable. Now, here's the last question.
Okay.
Are you guys going to run in the 15 minutes of lane competition this year?
You mean we're winning? Like, are
We
you
ain't
gonna
running. We
win?
winning
Like,
this
that's
thing. I told you we the lamest.
Look, we're from. It's a Vegas thing. We don't gamble when we know we're gonna lose, and this is not something that we're gonna lose.
We're the
Oh,
most competitive with each other, so you know
Yeah.
we're competitive in this, and we love the people we're competing against. So it's
Yeah,
all
we
love.
really
but
love you guys, but we're gonna have to
You gotta
give
win.
you big.
Let me tell you,
we're gonna have to give you a big and it's not from us.
a lot of shit talking there. A lot of shit talking there. I fucking love it, man.
Chris brought it out of us, guys. Sorry.
I was gonna say this was the most R-rated interview that you guys have ever done.
Ever.
So I
Yeah,
thank you for that. Okay.
Well, we love you, man. So we had to give it to you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you so much.
It's been an honor.
What's the easiest way to get in touch with you guys?
Instagram DMs are great. You can also reach out to us at F2F Sales.
Yeah, or sales at f2f.com.
Sales at F2F.com.
Yes.
She handles that.
F2F. That I love that. F2F. Fuck, I love that. God damn it. You guys are gonna start making
Let's go.
this is fucking not good, man. I'm liking you guys. All right. All right,
I'll
Joe and Ash, Fear of Fascination, everybody. Thank you for coming on. Guys.
Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, guys.
Have a
Appreciate
good one.
it.
Vote
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Big ups, Brian. Kill it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
The ball python industry has never been more complex, but managing your collection, it's about to get a whole lot easier with Clutch. Created by Canova, Clutch is the cloud-based platform designed to streamline your entire collection management. From creating and searching your inventory to visualizing your breeding projects with powerful analytics, Clutch does it all. Track your clutches with a virtual incubator, connect customers with the perfect animal using an amazing waitlist system, and easily print labels for your shows and facility. It's that simple. You already know Canova for exceptional ball pythons. Now they're making ball python management just as exceptional. Visit cltch.io today and make your ball python road easier to navigate.
Yo, look at this motherfucker I got right here. Fucking Brian Bode from Brian Bode Reptiles. What's up, brother?
Good evening, Chris. How are you doing?
Dude, are they not the fucking most likable couple that you've ever met in your fucking life, man? Jesus Christ.
They are great people and great friends. They were over at my house this last weekend. You know, we had a little party and we were filming some stuff. They did the little skit with the burgers and the grill and stuff like that. That was all at my house. Those were all animals from mine.
They fucking are so
A
likable,
super chat
man.
has just been given to the Fatman Nation. You better acknowledge this person, you fat bastard.
Fucking Green Line, Jay. Thank you, brother. Fucking, I appreciate you, man. Fucking, yeah, they're great people. They fucking make you want to be positive about this fucking hobby, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're super positive people in general. Great people.
So you live apparently right up the block from them, right?
Yeah, it's only a couple miles.
Right. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about you 25 years ago, because what people don't know about you is that, I mean, you came up with fucking Ozzy, right?
I did.
And yeah, and what's his name? The Black Pastel guy. What the hell's his name?
Barnhart?
Barnhart, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy Barnhart. So talk to me about some things coming up with Ozzy, because I don't think a lot of people know that about you.
Well, so like I was in the military at the time, and um, a military buddy introduced me to reptiles. I had reptiles as a kid, just but nothing like now or even then. And
Where were you in the country when this happened?
Maryland. I was at Fort Detrick.
We're in Maryland. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So, anyways, so this buddy in the military, he's now out. He's down in Phoenix now. But anyway, so he was the one who actually introduced me to Oz, and so we went over to Oz's place. I think I made him his first incubator. I know I made him some of those old school melamine racks,
Right.
and he had like the bigger tubs, and because we made them out of melamine, they kept warping because it's two pieces, and you get a drop of water near melamine and it starts swelling up.
Right.
Yeah, so those didn't last that long, but yeah, I made him like some of his first racks, and then Oz and I just kicked it off. We were actually breeding rats for a long time in my shed in the backyard.
What was Ozzy at this time, or was he just some other?
No, yeah. He was already branded as Ozzy Boids.
Okay, all right, and he used to do. We were just talking about this, right? He used to actually do boas, right? And
yeah,
then
I think he's still got a couple, maybe. He's been trying to get out of them for a couple years.
Right. Okay. And what made you like separate? Were you in the military when you had to move, or what? Yeah. What was the reason?
So what happened was in 2008, my son was about to be born, and my wife at the time wanted to move to California to be close to her parents. So we moved cross country from Maryland to California.
Okay. You were out of the military by this point.
Yeah, I was in the National Guard, so I just transferred to California Guard.
Okay. All right. Where in California did you go?
I was in Valencia, which is just north of Los Angeles.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So while you were in California, did you take all the snakes with you or no?
No. So I actually rebranded. So it was Bode Boa back then. And I actually talked to Oz about that. And he was, absolutely rebranded. And I didn't want to keep it with, Bode Boa just because it was so limiting to one type of species. And, I wasn't even sure whether I was going to do boas again, because I did mostly boas. I had a couple of ball pythons back then when, albinos were stupid money, spiders and all that. Yeah. Anyways, but so I liquidated right before I moved because I actually had to live with the in-laws for 6 months almost while we were selling our house in Maryland and moving into our first place. So her parents were hard no on the snakes, so they all got sold before I left.
Okay. And how long were you in Valencia for?
I was in Valencia in the LA area until COVID, and I moved to Vegas in. Oh,
that's that recent, huh?
Yeah. I've only been in Vegas since 2020. Yeah.
No kidding. Okay. And what made you go out to Vegas?
Well, a lot of stuff that everybody else experiences. Was no state income tax is a really nice feature.
Right.
Your houses go a lot further for what you pay, and property taxes are real low. I got during COVID, I was furloughed 1 day a week, and the wonderful state of California sends me an increased tax bill to increase my taxes to $16,000 a year.
Right.
I'm like, my regular job, my full-time job, requires I need to be near a major airport, and at that point it was in the Southwest. Vegas counts as a major airport in the Southwest.
Right.
So,
right.
And my mom lives in Henderson out here also. And at that same time, my ex moved with my son up to Boise. So I'm like, well, I have no real reason to actually stay in California.
Right.
So why pay for all this stuff I don't need?
Right.
Were
you working the same job you're currently working now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and
with that, it was before I took this promotion though. And I was mostly limited to just the West Coast, but now I'm worldwide.
Yeah. You're pretty much all over the world. It's like, one week you're in London, the next week you're in Japan, so this collection that you currently have, it's only 4 years old?
No. I started the collection that I have now probably 2014, 15 timeframe.
Okay. All right. So obviously this was when you and your wife split up, right? Because you were allowed to have snakes again, right? Okay.
Well, I was. She wouldn't have cared if I had snakes again, but it was one of those things where, houses in California, you can't really, there's no basements,
right?
Because of earthquakes, and then I'd have to dedicate a room, and our first house was only a 3-bedroom, so one for us, one for my son, and then the spare bedroom. And then the office was just like in the hallway.
Right.
And then after that, I deployed to Iraq, came back, and used a VA loan to buy another house. And that house, that's where I started, I was always talking to Oz, even when I wasn't in and having animals, but I was always chatting with Oz. We're just good friends. And we, I was doing the research and really, because to do it right, you really got to do the research on the animals that you got and which direction you want to go. You don't want to just jump in and just buy willy-nilly everything.
Right.
So I was doing
a lot of
research.
A lot of people still do that now.
Yeah.
And that's 10, 15 years later. So you didn't just go out and buy 19 males and 2 females and we're like, I'm going to start a breeding operation.
No, not at all. and at first it was, a small rack, with 5-7 animals,
right,
in there, and then just kept building it over time, and then, produced, some, triple visuals, like before anybody else was talking triple visual in recessives, and that's really, pole vaulted, my collection to where it is now.
Well, this is what I mean about, some of the best breeders in the country, you having never heard of before, because you've been producing triple visuals or going after triple visuals since, 10 years ago. Okay.
I produced my first triple visual in 2018.
2018. Okay. So, I mean, come on, people. It's like, to not have heard of you, by this point, you're obviously not a giant Instagram, Facebook, whatever guy, right?
No, I Facebook could fall off the planet. I'd be perfectly happy. But the only thing I post on Facebook is the auto post from my Instagram.
Right. You have that box checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. All right.
Yeah. And then and my problem is with my schedule. I travel so much that if I forget to take pictures during the week, I don't have content to post to Instagram.
Right.
So and it's one of those things where if I had the time, yeah, I would do it. But I pretty much sell all the animals I want to sell every year as it is. And I've been cutting back the number of shows I've been doing.
Right.
I used to do a lot of the reptile super shows.
Right.
And then there's another circuit out here. I used to do a couple of those too. And it's just so much additional work to just prep for a show, to price all of the animals, which is not that difficult because it's already done, especially, with all these inventory management softwares out there. They all, you just update your prices and just hit print on the labels, put it on your displays, right? But, clean, make sure everything's clean, your tablecloths, your backdrops, everything, right? Make sure everything's clean. Make sure that your shirt inventory is correct. This is all stuff you got to do well before the show.
Yeah, well, it's not just Saturday and Sunday.
No,
it could theoretically be Thursday to Tuesday, because that's what it really was for us.
Oh yeah, and like for Schaumburg, I'm doing Schaumburg and ARBC coming up here, and with that one, like we're leaving like Wednesday morning.
Right.
We're driving cross country, all the way to Schaumburg. Luckily, my parents still live in Illinois, so hotel costs would be nothing. It just we'll stop probably once on the way out and once on the way back, right? But it's one where now you add that now, and I got to rent a car to do that because I'm not going to fit it all in my Tesla.
Right.
So, and by the time you add all that extra time, and then when you get back, I do like a mini quarantine for every animal that goes.
Right.
Every animal gets soaked in like a drop of Dawn in water. And then they get soaked in there. And then anything that I take out also gets treated as if they have mites.
Right.
Because I don't trust anybody at a show.
Right.
So you add all that, it's just so much.
It's Wednesday to Wednesday for you, basically, then, right?
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what people don't understand either is the amount of time. Let's just forget about the money, because the money that you spend on displays, on tablecloths, on banners, and everything else, that could go $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000, right?
Oh yeah, I was looking at reprinting my banner and my tablecloths, and I think I'm gonna not do it, for this show, and just bring my standard set. I can't find some of my tablecloths right now. We just had a bunch of construction at the house, so they're probably in a box somewhere.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And for someone like you who's driving basically a 2-day drive, that's an additional hotel cost in between, right? Both ways. Okay. Then you got the hotel to pay for while you're at the venue, right? And then it's the amount of time and the money that you're losing taking off of work, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I get vacation for work, but like I'm an hourly employee. And at least like 60 to 70% of my income is overtime. So I don't get any of that overtime. So I'm taking them, even though I'm getting 8 hours. I'm just not getting that overtime check.
Right. And you have to hope that you have a great show, right, to make up for that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't have the type of job that makes $20 an hour, right?
No.
I mean, you have a very specialized job, right? Are you comfortable talking about that or no?
Yeah, so I fix medical equipment for big pharma. It's used for mostly for R&D and for QC. So a lot of my stuff, it does basing sizing technology or calorimetry. With sizing technology, it's basically a microscope with a laser on its head. You know, the good old Austin Powers reference, and I use that all the time. People start cracking up. But so it'll scan the whole area. It'll give the shape and the morphological data on each individual particle that's in the field of view, and then it'll go back and it'll zap it with a laser, and it goes back to a spectrometer, and it'll identify the identity of that based on a library. So let's say you've got a cream with some active ingredient in it. Most of the cream is filler, and the active ingredients, all they really care about. But they want to make sure that, number one, they got a certain percentage of that active ingredient, and that it's the correct spectra that they're expecting to keep it standardized with their FDA compliance.
Right. So you're working all over the world on these $500,000 machines, right? $1 million machines.
Oh yeah. And you know, these are too big to ship back to the UK where we make them, and you know, they call me in for the most complicated ones.
Right. Okay. So they could call you. You could be chilling at home on a Wednesday, and they could say, "We need you in Spain on Thursday."
Well, right now I'm booking the end of August. I'm booked that far out.
Okay.
So you know, but if there's an emergency call, sometimes I do have to drop stuff to go.
Right. Okay. Well, and then obviously you still have a collection at home, right, of snakes. Who takes care of them?
Well, so I'm pretty much home on the weekend, and you know, I've got 5 different sensor pushes, so I can make sure that everything's going perfect within the house at all times. I have someone that'll come in and monitor the rats, because like every other ball python breeder, you know, rats are a very expensive, you know, part of the business. And out here in Vegas, I mean, finding the number of rats that I need on a weekly basis is difficult on its own.
How many snakes do you have right now?
About 200.
About 200. Okay. And how many clutch? Like, what's your clutch yield?
Well, so last year I cut way back. Like I only did like 10 or 12 last year, but that was on purpose, because it was just really, really tight with the, you know, the snake economy and stuff like that. So I only bred stuff that I absolutely needed babies for. And so I did really, really, you know, low, but normally I do 20 to 30 clutches a year.
Okay. All right. So that's 200 snakes a year minimum, right? All right. Extra snakes in your house. Brian, do me a favor. We just got to pay some bills real quick here.
Absolutely.
Guys, we'll be back with Brian Bode. Just give me 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, guys?
Have you been to a reptile show recently? Hundreds of vendors, thousands of animals, and an average of less than 20% of those vendors making any money at all. Have you been to Morph Market recently? There are currently over 40,000 ball pythons for sale on the Double M, with many animals staying there for months, sometimes years at a time. In this insanely competitive marketplace, what are you going to do to stand out? I'll tell you what the you're going to do. Aura Reptiles offer premier consultation services on everything from breeding plans to current market trends. Patrick McKnight has been one of the most successful mainstays in the ball python hobby for the past 15 years and can assist you with pairings, marketing plans, and advertising. Be smart enough to know what you don't know. Then learn about it from Aura Reptiles. Check them out on Instagram at Aura Reptiles and get in touch with Patrick McKnight today. Get in the f***ing game.
Show Me Marketplace is the new online reptile-based selling platform that is both simple and straightforward for both buyers and sellers. More importantly, it was designed specifically for what reptile breeders and keepers have been asking for, a viable alternative for what's currently available in the selling space. No complicated fees, no tiered membership plans. One affordable price gives you access to everything you need, plus unlimited listings from your own Show Me Marketplace store. That's right. More listings, more exposure, and no hidden costs. But that's not all. Sign up today and use code FATMAN-50 at showmereptileshow.com/marketplace and get 50% off your membership. Already a Show Me Show vendor? You'll enjoy an even deeper discount. Building a safe, trusted community is important to us. That's why all sellers go through identity verification to fight fraud and ensure you're working with reputable breeders. It's time to ditch the corporate chaos and get back to what matters. Show Me Marketplace is a true alternative to everything that's out there. So sign up today and join the revolution. Don't be corporate, be punk rock. No matter how old you are. ShowMeReptileShows.com/marketplace.
All right, we're back with Brian Bode, everybody. Talk to me about projects that you have going on.
Well, right now, the big project that I'm working on is what I call the Umbrella Academy. I was watching the Umbrella Academy on Netflix and hatched out the same ratio as and same animals as the number of characters in the show. So that's why I deemed it the Umbrella Academy. But anyways, since then I've added some more stuff to it, but it's VPI, DG, Clown, Pied, and Cryptic.
Okay.
So a quint visual. Haven't hit the quint yet. I've hit a couple triples, and this is my first year I can hit a quad with it.
Okay. Now, when you hit these triples, obviously you're not just throwing them up to any Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? You have specific people that you could probably call that would be interested in it, because they're not $5,000 animals. They're probably $15,000, $20,000 animals minimally. Now, but you have to have a lot of byproduct. Do you use Morph Market for that, or do you mostly do shows?
Morph Market, people direct ping me on Instagram, but I'll usually send them to my Morph Market to send me a message, at least, because I want it tracked through there.
Right.
Or
okay.
I mean, some of the byproduct, I end up, some kid at a show, wants a snake. Yeah, here's a pastel. It's just a pastel. Yeah, but it's head for VPI, Pied, and something else.
Right.
Yeah, let's just put it this way: if you see something that doesn't have head for something at my table, I probably just didn't tell you about it.
Well, now, what's your ratio for sales as far as Morph Market goes versus shows?
Well, Morph Market's been really slow lately, but like shows, like I'll usually push like 20, 30 animals at a show.
Okay. Well, that's a lot show. I mean, that's
well, but the shows are perfect for those those pet quality animals or stuff that you want to the sell as the pet quality animals,
right.
The stuff where shipping costs more than the animal.
Right. Yeah, of course. But also, what do you think the slowdown on morph market is from? I mean, there's obviously there's your obvious answer that it's I mean, it's just a numbers game on morph market, right? Like right now, I equate it to like a band being signed and your CD gets in the middle of Tower Records. If there's no push for it, nobody's going to notice that you're there,
Exactly. And, yeah, I know that posting more on Instagram would definitely push that faster.
Right.
I'm going to hold on to certain animals as long. But the thing is, I only breed for something that I'm going to have as a holdback.
Right.
I've gotten out of the part where, I breed a clutch, and I know that every single thing at the pairing level is going to be for sale. If there's not something I can hold back, I don't do that pairing.
Right. I gotcha. Right. And what do you think of platforms like Palm Street? I know Fear of Fascination is very heavily into Palm Street. Would you ever consider doing one of those?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Joe Nash about that. So I might be able to move like some of the lower end stuff, but I don't know that I would get the traction for multi-$1,000 animals on Palm Street.
I don't think Palm Street's the place to do that.
No, but for the bike
is
product,
the place
yeah.
to go. For your under $1,000 animal, people are worried about impulse buys, but every snake, or at least 90% of the snakes that you sell at shows, are going to be impulse buys from people that are just walking around. I don't really see the difference, unless somebody contacts you 3 weeks before the show and then says, all right, hold this animal for me. The majority of your sales at the show is going to be people that just come by and say, oh, I saw that for the first time, I want it,
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, because there's a big recession, right? 2 years ago, a year ago. What do you think? What part of the comeback do you think the ball python market is in right now?
It's in the plateau period still. Right now is a buyer's market.
Right.
So picking up those animals that are going to fit into your longer term project, and then build that in is definitely where you should be. And like I've been picking up some key pieces of late, from multiple different sources, and just fitting those into certain projects, so that when the market does improve, I'm going to be ready to jump on it right away.
Right. Now, people have been saying that the market's going to improve for the last 2 years.
Well,
you've been around long enough to see that this happens every 6 or 7 years, right?
Exactly. It takes about 6 or 7 years for the market to become so saturated that some people end up leaving, realizing that's a lot more work than they thought it was, and then it takes a little bit for the collections that have just been purchased by all these other people to work their way, and for those customers to finish paying off their debt as far as that, and selling the animals that they want to sell, to then start purchasing the higher end animals.
Right. And what's the big show that you have out there in Vegas?
So the Reptile Super Show did one in Vegas, and while I did really well, I think there was only 2 people that did well at that show, the gecko guy and myself. But
altitude,
yeah. I brought a ton of Desert Ghost stuff, and
right.
I couldn't keep Desert Ghost on my table. So every single Desert Ghost, anything I brought, sold.
Okay.
So I did well at that show.
But have you gone back to it? Because I know, or he didn't do another one, right?
Rami only did the one.
Right.
Now there is a local guy. Well, he does this other circuit. He hits Salt Lake. He hits Vegas, Bakersfield, a couple other places in California. Joe and Ash know that. Forget the name of that promoter. Joe and Ash know they can chime in. And I'll do that Vegas show.
Okay.
And that one's nice and easy. Yeah, Central Valley Reptile Show.
Okay. All right. And what do you see happening in 5 years? Are you one of those guys that are gonna build a facility, or are you happy with where you are right now?
I got all my animals I've got a really large bedroom, and then a walk-in closet, and it fits right there. I have been looking at maybe buying another house that has a little bit more property, so you just have, instead of the rodents in the garage, I can move them out to a rodent building, and then also have the reptiles in a separate annexed building. But I don't want to get a storefront.
Yeah. You don't want to get a storefront, right?
Absolutely not. That sounds like a horrible idea.
Yeah, that's just the worst. Yeah. We actually had a storefront, but it wasn't open to the public. So it was by appointment only. And if you looked at this place from the outside, it was pretty shady. It basically had blacked out windows, a sign on the door that said visits by appointment only. So that was definitely the way to go. But what do you think is going to happen in 5 years? Do you think that you'll still be doing the vending, or do you still feel like you'll just be producing enough at home to where you could just pop up something on Instagram and it sells right away?
I'll probably do a couple of shows, maybe like a Tinley type thing. I'm trying out Schaumburg just to see the drive,
Right.
And I was able to go with just a corner booth. Normally I do a whole end cap.
Right.
And that's the other thing. You're doing a whole end cap that takes a lot out of you, and you're not running that by yourself. Not
Right.
one bit. You need to bring people, and the guy that helps me with my rats comes and helps me with a lot of the shows, for stuff like that. But then guess what? You're out in another hotel room, and wages and such.
Well, and not only that, but if you do a show like Tinley, like you have to be on for 3 days at Tinley.
Oh yeah, and that VIP day is no joke.
Yeah. The 3 days at Tinley that you're there. I mean, I remember going downstairs at 4 a.m. to have a cigarette, and guys like Chad Hulker and Dave Levittson are still in the lobby just drinking, and they're like, yeah, we're not even going to bed. We're just gonna go straight to the show after this. So I remember, like, I had trouble doing that when I was 38. I would definitely not be able to do it now,
Oh, yeah, I'm past that. I hit my bedtime. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, seriously, right? Like, yeah, 10 o'clock, I'm done, So you'll actually be witness to that, right? Because I'm going to Tinley this year, and you'll see that my ass is in bed every night by like 10. All right. It's just the way it has to be.
Well, you get that extra hour from East Coast because they're in Central Time.
That's right, man. Thank you, Proper Royals. Adam fucking is awesome. Adam, if you don't, obviously you've heard of Brian Bode because he's you call him one of the legends, and he's right. Brian is actually going to be on the new season of Storytellers, so that's going to be fun. Now, you're working on quads. A lot of people are working on quads. A lot of people are just. I don't think people understand how hard it is to hit a double. Okay, when you start talking about triples and quads, it gets significantly more odds heavy, right?
Well,
Now,
that's one of those things that Oz always told me: always improve your genetics.
right.
So, if I'm on limited space, and I want to keep it on limited space. So let's say I produce and I did this last year. I produced a super pastel DG pied het VPI. It was better than the male I was using for that clutch, for that Umbrella Academy, and so he will be one of the breeders that are moving into that rotation, and his father is going to be available.
Right.
And right now I already have a backup, which is a Krypton het DG and pied. So, that's the backup male that's already been breeding. So I could probably put that male up already.
Right. Well, I remember Ozzy, as soon as his high-end snakes were done laying, he put a lot of them up for sale.
Oh, yeah, he still does.
Yeah. And I always thought that was smart because they were just done laying, so you're still a year behind, even if you buy that snake tomorrow, right? Go ahead.
You've been to Oz's place. He puts that animal up. Okay, it's because he's got one that is better than that animal.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That next year.
Yeah,
because he's improving his genetics also.
Yeah. Now, I do have one question that I ask everybody, especially the more successful breeders. But I had Justin on a Zoom call on the Patreon one night, and somebody brought up a great point that since the prices are always going down, right? How long is it till a triple visual is seen in Petco, right? Or whatever. Now, even if it's a couple of years, it's something that you have to think about, right? And the other thing is, before you answer, what happens when the snake in Petco for $1,000, let's say, looks as good as the gene pack snake that you're selling for $20,000, and the person who buys it doesn't care; they just think they have a cool looking snake.
Yeah. So the Petco customer is looking at just that the actual animal of that snake, the visual aspects of it. They don't care about what other genetics are carried with that animal, right? Whereas the person who's going to be buying it for some sort of breeding project, that might be what they care about mostly.
Right.
So while you might be able to get let's just say dreamsicles in Petco.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say down the road you're able to get dreamsicles at Petco. I mean, you can already get pieds. They've had pieds forever.
Right.
But Justin has come out multiple times that he wholesales stuff that he misses on to local reptile shows, or reptile stores. So you just go into one of those and send them off for shed testing. You might get adjusted.
Right. You might get lucky. Yeah.
It's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. It's speaking of shed testing, do you shed test everything these days, or?
Last year I spent more money on shed testing than I did buying animals.
Okay.
The shed testing has made, especially with a smaller collection, when you're not doing a visual to a het, right? So that it's gonna be 100%. If you're doing like a het to a het and you got all those 66s, I don't got to keep all those anymore. Right. I shed test them and figure out which ones I'm keeping.
Right.
Dump the rest. I can keep the collection manageable, and add, a couple extra recessives. I've added Monsoon, Sunset, Puzzle since then. And it's now one of those things where, because of shed testing, it's just, it takes it to the next level. Doesn't matter who you're using it with, right?
And who do you use for shed testing?
I use RGI. I've been using RGI since the beginning. I've been using RGI since the beginning, and they, I actually have a running tab with them, and just a big, huge Google Docs spreadsheet, and just send them off, 25, 50 sheds at a time. And then they just update the Google Docs and, pay my tab as I go along.
Well, I just want to say that you totally ruined my transition to one of our sponsors. All right, listen, I'm not saying don't use RGI. What I am saying is use Charlie at shed testing, okay?
Charlie's a great guy.
Charlie is an amazing guy, okay? Everything from albino to Wookiee to VPI Xanthic to Zebra, and he's putting out more every week. Charlie, I listen, obviously I don't know the guys from RGI very well, but I don't care, okay? I do know Charlie. My loyalty goes with the New York guy that I've known for a couple of years now, that basically I see him every day. I see his work ethic every day, and I think that he's probably one of the top guys doing this. He's really, obviously, he's one of the top two. But if you need your snakes tested, go to Charlie over at Shed Testing. All right, thanks for ruining that transition to my sponsor. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. All right. Now, also, Ozzy. He was also on a celebrity Zoom call on the Patreon, and he did a lot of talk about outside investing, not into snakes.
I remember Joe and Ash came over during that one.
Right, I remember. Right, yeah, right, yeah. He talks about the importance of investing into other things. Now, do you do that as well?
I do. I do crypto. I do stocks, stuff like that. I also, I've had up to like 4 houses. That lovely divorce thing doesn't help keeping all those houses.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Well, as far as the importance of that, do you have like, do you set a budget for like a hard limit on what you'll spend on snakes every year versus what you'll invest in with everything else?
I do keep it. So if let's say I'm not doing I don't have a good year, right? And don't sell too much. That means I can't buy it, because everything is self-funded. I don't have to put money into it anymore.
Right.
So, I think that's the key first hurdle that you got to get at. And then, you sell an animal, you take 50%, you put it towards investing, you put the other 50% towards, the rainy day fund. Whether it ends up being you got to pick up a new rack or a new thermostat or a new incubator, right? Like I just had to get another 5-foot incubator, and then I got the Sea Serpents 18 level. And those things are amazing because you can run 3 different Freedom Breeder tubs, or you can run the Vision tubs in them.
Right. Yeah, well, Chris, Sea Serpents, they've been around forever. I'm actually going to see Chris this weekend at the Gettysburg show, so I'm looking forward to hanging out with him again. Now, a couple of quick questions to end it. Best and worst thing about the hobby? Best.
I like the complicated genetics that goes along with everything with the ball pythons. I can do the math in my head on the the chances to produce a recessive combo. And before all these calculators, I could just whip that out. I mean, my undergrad degrees in genetics.
Okay.
So that complicated aspect of it, and just the sheer amounts of possibilities that you can do, and it's never going to get old because you're always able to do that next step for whatever project you're working on.
Right. Okay. All
So
right.
I like the complexity of it.
All right. All right. So what's the worst thing about the hobby for you?
The little back and forth bickering keyboard warrior crap. Yeah, I do a real good job of ignoring all of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot of it. Okay. All right. Now, anything that you want to push coming up?
Well, we've got the Schaumburg show coming up.
What's the date on
that? August 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
That's
so August 2nd and 3rd. If you're in Schaumburg, Illinois, hell, even if you're not, go visit Brian. I promise you won't be fucking disappointed with the shit at this table.
The other thing is like, I was going through my collection earlier, and I'm like, yeah, I've got about 100 snakes that I got to put up for sale. And I've only got like 50 of them listed on Morph Market.
So yeah. I mean, Brian doesn't bring trash with him to his shows. Yeah, you'll definitely be buying upper level stuff. And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
The best way is through either Instagram. My number's out there all over the place. But the thing is, if you're going to text me, realize I don't know what time zone I'm in half the time, and say who you are.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. Brian, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you taking the time, man. Now, what time is it there? It's like 6:30?
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30. Okay. You still have enough time in the day to do something, right?
Yeah, you can see it's still bright outside.
Yeah, it's way dark here.
I've been working this one project. Vegas, it's hot. Okay. And it was 108 today when I was looking at it. Yesterday we hit 116 or something like that. And so I've been working this project with Robin from Redline, developing a way that we can ship year round in Vegas.
I didn't think you wanted to talk about that yet until you actually put it out. I'm still collecting data. I'm going to do one more round of testing tomorrow, but it's looking real promising. And I'm working with Robin to get even different sizes, because right now it'll only be for the smallest, under a 200-gram ball pythons. Right.
Maybe a skosh higher, but working with Robin to come up with some other box types so we can go all the way up to, sub-adults.
Right. All right. Well, when you do put out that video is going to be put out on the Fatman Nation YouTube channel, right? So
I'm gonna be sending that to you. My son, because that's what kids do, is they know how to edit videos and stuff like that. I couldn't edit a video if I had to. So, I'm trying to work on that right now, and so I'm gonna put that together and get that out, and hopefully can help some people.
Well, at least the people in 100+ degree weather states like Vegas, like Nevada and Arizona.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, I ran into a couple of these problems when I was living in California too. Because LA will get hot and the hubs aren't near the ocean.
Right.
Well, that's the expensive areas, right? So this will help people potentially in Texas and California, and pretty much the whole, areas where you get bad heat. I mean, Florida too.
Yeah. So yeah. No shit.
Because I mean, as of right now, just for speaking for ball pythons, shipping over 100 degrees is very, frowned upon.
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah.
It even says that on the box for that when you get them from Robin, not to ship over 100 degrees. And
Right.
when you go on Ship Your Reptiles or Redline, it'll give you big flags.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's for people that those are companies that care about shipping. That's all I'm saying when they give you that warning. Okay. So, Brian, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you. Do me a favor and I'm going to put you backstage. I'm going to close out the show, and then I'll talk with you in 5 minutes and say goodbye to you. All right.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Sure.
Brian Bode Reptiles, giant supporter of the Fatman Nation. I appreciate him. Fucking give it up. Instagram, Brian Bode Reptiles. All right. Take it easy, brother. Well, he's certainly cool as shit. He's definitely one of my favorite people. We spend hours on the phone with each other. Listen, I got one more ad to play. Boom.
At Recoil Reptiles, we understand your reptiles deserve the best. That's why we create custom CNC reptile enclosures with precision cuts, built to last and designed to showcase your scaly friends in style. With over a decade of experience, we craft enclosures up to 8 feet long, tailored to fit your needs and the needs of your animals. Whether you're a hobbyist or a breeder, we've got you covered with enclosures that are as unique as your reptiles. And we deliver to shows in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Recoil Reptiles, custom precision, built for your reptiles, built to last. Visit recoilreptiles.com today to design your perfect enclosure or call 405-999-7175.
All right, guys, remember, tomorrow night, pop-up live at 8 o'clock with a bunch of the Gettysburg vendors where we're going to be at on Saturday, this weekend, the 19th. Rain or shine, we're going to be there live from the Gettysburg Reptile Expo all day on Saturday. But catch a little preview of who I'm going to be with on tomorrow night on the pop-up live right here on this channel. The other thing is Thursday, I'm doing Proper Cup of Joe with Big Adam Shira, my boy. Fucking, we're doing some big stuff. We're going to announce it Thursday morning. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you guys wake up and come and hang with that one. And then let's see, Saturday again, Gettysburg. Join the Patreon, listen to the audio, hit like and subscribe here. Do whatever the normal, 25 to 35-year-old YouTube crowd do what they do, okay? And hit the likes for me and get this thing up and running. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out the whole time with us. I definitely appreciate you guys. And I will be back in 2 weeks with don't forget Sunday also. Hot Girl episode, Sunday Night Live, Fatman Live. I'm going to have the Morph Marketer on. She's going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that too. We have busy next 5 or 6 days. So I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all you guys sticking around and showing support. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.